Here we are at video number 10, and if we want to just recap the things that we've looked at over the past hour and a half or a couple of hours, and we started with the parts of the guitar, then we sort of learned how to sit and hold the thing. We learnt the names of the strings and how to get it in tune. We learnt the layout of the notes in first position. So we looked at some fretting hand technique as well as some picking hand technique with the hybrid picking and the classical playing. We understand how to read traditional notation and how that works. We may not be too good at it yet, but we understand how it works as well as how to read tablature. So we can go on with a lot more different songs, understanding how those things work. We know how chord charts and scale charts work, so that's going to allow us to really build up a lot of knowledge with that. That's going to help our playing as well later on. And we've looked at a few chord shapes, and now we're thinking about strumming patterns and rhythm guitar playing as well. And we've got a few exercises that we've picked up to work on along the way. There's a lot more for us to cover, and we could definitely revisit some of these things and go into greater detail with some of the things we've already looked at. At this point, there's a fair chance that you've encountered a fair bit of frustration as well. You know, you might have just smashed straight through all the things we've done, but in all likelihood, from what I've seen in the past, most people would find some areas of what we've looked at to be very frustrating. And it can be easy to get discouraged sometimes along the way when you're trying to get your hands to do things that they don't seem to want to do. So, but don't let that phase you too much. If you are at a point and you feel like any of the exercises we've done, you haven't really nailed it properly, don't worry about it too much. It's better to have a variety of different things to be working on. No one's going to master an instrument just by watching a few YouTube videos. It's still going to take some practice and some hard work. Still press on. No, don't just get bogged down on the few exercises that we've looked at so far until you get them spot on. Just keep working your way through to more advanced stuff, and you may find that if you do revisit the things that we've covered already in a few months, it will seem a lot easier because you will have built up more coordination and strength and just generally improved as a player. So having a lot more different exercises, what one student considers to be very difficult, another will find easier, and so there's always going to be strengths and weaknesses that you will find. And in order to really be aware of that, you just need to attempt a lot more different things, different styles of playing, strumming chords and doing single note stuff and attempting guitar solos and all this sort of thing. We're going to carry on with a lot more of that. So we've covered a lot of ground, but we've really only just scratched the surface. We've got a lot more that we've got to cover. So I'm going to get cracking on making bigger, better content as quickly as I can. It's going to progress on from what we've already looked at. So make sure you signed up here. In that way, you will be notified in the future when I've got the next lessons that are going to really progress, follow on from what we've done so far. Otherwise, nice work. Happy strumming, happy picking, happy playing, and we'll talk soon. Cheers.